Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 111 of Cameron Sports Podcast. It's your host here, Cameron Lindsay, back with a brand new episode. The 2025 NFL football season is here. In today's episode, I'm going to be talking about my Los Angeles Chargers. For those who may not remember or do remember, I did say that this season I'm going to be covering my Los Angeles Chargers. My favorite football team growing up for years since I was little, growing up in my childhood, way before I became an adult. And I'm like, you know what? It would be dope to cover my team on my own sports podcast. And that's what I plan to do. And I have some key notes. I did my schedule predictions. I did it based off honesty and what I think my team can do, will do. And yeah, let's get right into it. So first off, I want to talk about last season. My Chargers finished 11-6 last year in the first season as Jim Harbaugh as our head coach. Now, when we hired Jim Harbaugh, I was excited. I was like, yes, we finally got a coach that can unlock Justin Herbert's potential, we won't waste his prime. We have an elite quarterback, elite coach. That's what we really need to win a Super Bowl, especially in today's age in the NFL. You need a really good quarterback. You need a really good coach. Definitely a way to win. And I seen Justin Herbert's few years in his career. We have mediocre coaches like Brandon Staley, who goes for it on fourth down every time, make bad decisions. Anthony Lynn, he was okay, but wasn't the right guy. And I was very happy. I was like, but we did release Keenan Allen. We did trade Mike Williams. Released Mike Williams and Keenan Allen. No, we traded Keenan Allen, released Mike Williams. But I was like, you know what? I'll trust Jim Harbaugh. He everywhere he's won. In the first round of last year's draft, we drafted Joe Alt, a tackle out of Notre Dame. We drafted Ladd McConkey, wide receiver, in the second round out of Georgia. I was like, I'm gonna trust him. He's know what he's doing. Obviously, he's a coach. I'm not a coach. But yeah, and I expected us. To be honest, I probably expected us to win maybe like 8 games, probably. But they exceeded my expectations. Won 11. We went into the playoffs. I thought we could have beat the Texans, but we didn't. We got beat badly. Justin Herbert had a good year. 23 touchdown passes, 3 interceptions, but he threw 4 picks in that playoff game. That's unacceptable. I can't defend that, but he's still a top 10 quarterback in NFL. And yeah, I'm gonna get into that with him in a bit. But my Chargers defense played exceptionally well last season, only allowing 301 points total, only giving up 17.7 points per game. So my defense exceeded my expectations as well, just like offensively. I didn't expect us to have the best statistical defense last season at all. But hey, we did it. Now, granted, I know it was against higher caliber playoff teams, but hey, you play who's on your schedule. And yeah, I definitely, as a Chargers fan, was proud of my team last year because, like I said, I expected maybe 8 wins, 9 wins at the most. But going 11-6, making to the playoffs, I'll take that. Now this year, I got a little bit bigger expectations. Make it to playoffs again, but this time win a playoff game. We got to take that next step, especially with Herbert. We got to take that next step. But speaking of Justin Herbert, I just want to get into some statistics about him, about his career so far in the NFL, being 6 years in. Because a lot of people like to disrespect my quarterback. You see, I got his jersey on right here. They like to disrespect them, and I'm not standing for no Justin Herbert slander. I watch First Take, all these other shows, The Herd, First Things First, disrespect Justin Herbert, and they gotta remember that this man threw for over 3,800 passing yards, 23 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, and had a 65.9 completion percentage. Herbert has the most passing yards in his first 5 seasons, more than Peyton Manning, Jameis Winston, and Dan Marino. So 2 of those 3 quarterbacks are Hall of Famers. So he has more. the most passing yards in his first 5 seasons than Peyton Manning and Dan Marino. Jameis Winston, I'm not going to brag about too much. He's a decent player, but Dan Marino and Peyton Manning, last time I checked, those are 2 top 10 quarterbacks all time. And he has those passing yards. He has 20,628 in the first 5 seasons. Herbert is also one of 4 players with 20 plus passing touchdowns in each of his first 5 seasons, which includes Dan Marino, again, Peyton Manning, and Russell Wilson. Like I said again, 2 of those 3 are Hall of Famers, and Russell Wilson will be a Hall of Famer one day. So again, those people who talk about bashing Justin Herbert like he's a bum or he's not that good, again, he's one of 4 players with 20 plus passing touchdowns in his first 5 seasons, which only includes Dan Marino, Peyton Manning, and Russell Wilson. Herbert is also one of 3 players in NFL history with 3 or fewer interceptions with 400 or more passing attempts, which includes Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers. Both of those players would be first ballot Hall of Famers. So again, if Herbert couldn't play, if he wasn't that good, he will not be one of 3 players in NFL history with 3 or fewer interceptions which you have to at least have 400 plus passing attempts. It's Aaron Rodgers. He did that twice. Well, he did that in 2016 with 2 interceptions. Tom Brady did that in Tom Brady did that in 2016 with 2. Aaron Rodgers did that in 2018 with 2, and Herbert did it last year with 3. Also, Herbert is the only quarterback in NFL history with 20K passing yards and fewer than 50 interceptions in his first 5 seasons. I'll say that again. Herbert is the only quarterback with 20K plus passing yards and fewer than 50 interceptions in his first 5 seasons. So I just had to throw that out there because I'm the type of person where I defend somebody like my favorite player like Herbert or AD in basketball. I come with stats. I don't just say like a casual, oh no, he don't suck. He did this. No, granted, I can't defend the playoff loss last year. That right there, that was bad. But I will say this. We didn't have Keenan Allen. We didn't have Mike Williams. We had a new receiving core. Even this year, we got some rookies again. So now, granted, you can't, even though we got new receivers, you can't, turn the ball over like that. But receivers like Quentin Johnston dropping passes, he can't control that. Herbert can't throw the ball to himself. So, I just can't stand for just Herbert slander. I expect him to have another good year. He doesn't turn the ball over that much at all. He had a good year last year. And I expect us to be competitive this year, make it to playoffs, and win a playoff game. If he does that, I feel like a lot of people will stop the Justin Herbert slander just a little bit more. But it's not up to me; it's up to him. We gotta lead us to a playoff win. But let's get into the 2025 NFL schedule for my Los Angeles Chargers. Week 1, we play the Kansas City Chiefs in Brazil. Now we did lose Rashawn Slater due to injury after he signed that extension during training camp. If we had him, I would be more confident. Like, okay, we got Rashawn Slater, we got Joe Alt, we got Mekhi Becton. Offensive line is looking good. I'll feel good about going against the Chiefs. But with that defense with Chris Jones, George Karlaftis, I'm a bit nervous in that regard. And, facing the Chiefs with Patrick Mahomes, even though Travis Kelce is not as good as he once was, even though they won't have Rashid Rice, he's going to be suspended for the first 6 games. They still got Xavier Worthy, and they got Isaiah Pacheco. So I think at least as long as they got Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid, the Chiefs are always going to be dangerous no matter what. You got to respect them. And, my Chargers, we do got some new weapons like Trey Harris, we drafted in the second round of the draft. Keandre Lambert-Smith out of Auburn, drafted in the fifth, sixth round of this year's draft. We signed back Keenan Allen, who was with the Bears last year, who we traded. We got Ladd McConkey, who was our number 1 receiver, had over 1,000 yards as a rookie last year. So we We got a decent room. It's not. I mean, Quentin Johnston, who had a better year than his rookie year, which I'm proud of him, but he made some progress, but still has some drops. So he got to improve off of that. He can't be dropping the ball, and especially in key moments, especially in a game like this where we need to set a tone against the Chiefs if we want to have a chance to win a division heading into next season. But with that being said, that Rashawn Slater injury is too great. I'm gonna have to give us a loss here to Kansas City. I think it'll be close. We always play the Chiefs close. This will be a neutral site field in Brazil on YouTube. I'll be watching that game. Um, yeah, I'm gonna have to go a loss here. Week 2 at the Raiders, another AFC West opponent. Won't be easy. I think they'll be competitive. They got Geno Smith. He's a good quarterback. You got the rookie Ashton Genty out of Boise State. You got Brock Bowers, elite tight end as a rookie last year, one of the best already in the league. Um, and, of course, they got Max Crosby, one of the best elite pass rushers in the league. They signed him to an extension and hired Pete Carroll, an offseason an elite head coach. I think it could be competitive, but I think we'll get the win with the Raiders. I think I'm going to give us a win there over the Raiders. Week 3 at home against Denver, a playoff team last year. Bo Nix had a really good year, 29 touchdown passes. Now, they got Cortland Sutton. I'm not in love with Denver's receiving core. They did sign Evan Ingram from Jacksonville, but I'm still not all that in love with their receiving core. The defense is going to be really good. They got the reigning defensive player of the year and Patrick Surtain. They drafted Jahade Barron out of Texas, the rookie. They signed Dre Greenlaw from 49ers and Funga from the 49ers as well. But I'm going to give us a close win at home against the Broncos like we did last year. In week 4, we got at the Giants. I'm going to give us a win there. The Giants defense is going to be really good. Dexter Lawrence, Abdul Carter, and I forgot his name. Dexter Lawrence, Abdul Carter, Kayvon Thibodeau, and them boys. Like I said, the defense is gonna be competitive, but with Russ, that offense, they do got Malik Neighbors, but that's really all they got outside of that. So I'm gonna give some win at the Giants easily right there. At home against the Commanders. So this right here will be, by the time we face the Commanders, we'll be 3-1 at home. Jaden Daniels, Debo, Terry McLaurin. Commanders were really good last year. I'm gonna give us a loss here because I feel like by this time we'll be 3-1. We might be feeling ourselves a little bit, and even though I think we should probably win this game, a close one, I think the Commanders probably will get us here. This would be a loss. Week 6 at the Dolphins, coming off a loss to the Commanders, I think we'll get a close win. I know some people love for the Dolphins defense, but I'm not. Trading Jalen Ramsey, they did get Mika Fitzpatrick back, but they still lost some other key pieces. I'm not in love with that Dolphins defense. I believe we can get after Tua also. So I'm going to give us a close win over the Dolphins here in Miami. Week 7 against the Colts, I'm going to give us a win. Not going to waste some time over that. Daniel Jones will be their starting quarterback. The Colts do got some talent. Jonathan Taylor and them boys. But I just think the Colts are just not going to be all that good as some people think. Week 8, I get home against the Vikings. J.J. McCarthy, he's going to be first year starting. He was a rookie last year. Got injured, missed his rookie season last year. Due to that, I know they had some weapons with Justin Jefferson. They traded back to get Adam Thielen. By then, they should have Jordan Addison back. Excuse me. And of course, they got Aaron Jones. They got a really good defense, but I'm going to give us a win here. I just don't see J.J. McCarthy coming in, beating us his first year starting, especially we got his head coach, Jim Harbaugh, who coached him at Michigan a couple years ago. I think we have the advantage with that, and I'm going to give us a win over the Vikings. At week 9 at Tennessee, facing a rookie quarterback like Cam Ward, I'm going to give us a win there. I just think, the Titans really don't have much on offense, and we're going against rookie quarterback Cam Ward. I'm going to give us a win there. Week 10 at home against Aaron Rodgers and the Pittsburgh Steelers, DK Metcalf. It's gonna be I think it could be an interesting, good game like last year. But this time we got the home field advantage. And Justin Fields is not a quarterback. He hurt us with his legs last year. Aaron Rodgers is not that mobile at this point in his career. At 41 years old, at this point probably 42. I'm gonna give us a win over the Steelers. Week 11 at Jacksonville. I'll give us a win. Probably won't be easy. You got Brian Thomas Jr. You got rookie Travis Hunter, the Raymond second overall pick, Heisman Trophy winner. They got very talented roster, but I'm gonna give us a win in Jacksonville. I just think that we got the better quarterback, we got the better coach, and overall roster than the Jaguars. Week 12, we got the bye week. Heading to the bye week, we will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We'll be 9-2 by the bye week. Week 13, at home against the Raiders. I'm gonna give us a win. I think we sweep the Raiders. I just think we're a better football team at this point. Maybe in another year or so, the Raiders, I could see us maybe splitting with the Raiders if they continue to get better. Week 14, again, home against the Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles. I still got love for the Eagles. Like I said, I'm a global fan of both the Chargers and the Eagles, but I decided to just pick the Chargers. I'm going to give us a loss here. I just think that the Eagles team is just too better than us, top to bottom. I don't think Jalen Hurts is better than Herbert. I ain't going to say that. No, but as far as like A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Jalen Carter, Nolan Smith, N'Kobe Dean, Cooper DeJean, and them boys, and and the other corner last year they drafted out from Toledo. I just think that the Eagles are gonna be just better than us. I know they lost a lot on defense, but also, and of course, you can't forget Saquon Barkley, 2,000 plus rushing yards. I just think I don't see how we're gonna stop Saquon in this game, and I think the Eagles will beat us probably pretty big. I'm not even gonna lie. I could see the Eagles beating us like probably 38-20, something like that. Week 15 is gonna get rough here. I think we're gonna have back-to-back losses. We're probably gonna get swept by the Chiefs, but it'll be close at Kansas City. I'm gonna give us a loss here. That'd be back-to-back losses. To bounce back, got Week 16 at the Cowboys. Won't be easy, but with Micah gone, I don't fear that Dallas defense at all. Even without Rashawn Slater, I just don't see how they're gonna have consistent pass rush. So that way, I'm giving us a win over the Cowboys in a close one to bounce back from the back-to-back losses. Week 17, a rematch against the Houston Texans from the wild card round last year. We got embarrassed. I think the team will be motivated. I think Herbert will be motivated. He's going to play better. I'm going to give us a win against the Texans because I do not trust that Texans offensive line. They got worse. Yes, they got Nico Collins. Yes, they got Christian Kirk. Joe Mixon probably will be back at this point if he's healthy. Yeah, I just think I'll give him in a close one over CJ Stroud. I'm going to give my Chargers a win over the Texans. Now, Week 18, heading into Denver. Playing the Broncos ain't easy, especially in Denver. Mile High City, that climate, that weather. I'm going to give us a loss here. Maybe by then we probably won't have the number 1 seed. Maybe they'll rest some starters, or maybe we'll play the starters. But I'm going to give us a loss here. I think Denver probably will be fighting for a playoff spot more than us. But I'm going to give us a loss. But with that being said, the record I have for my Chargers is 12-5. Just about one more win than last year. Last year we went 11-6. This year I think we're gonna go 12-5. Like I said again, key losses during training camp. Rashawn Slater, our left tackle, will be out for the season. Even though after he signed a 4-year, $113 million contract extension, we did sign Keenan Allen to a 1-year contract. So I'm happy to have Keenan Allen back because him and Herbert had that connection before we had traded him to Chicago. So I trust Keenan. Keenan, he ain't got to give us the old Keenan. He can give us that Keenan where, all right, it's third down. It may be like 3rd and 6 or 3rd and 8, and we need a conversion to receiver we trust. I think Keenan can get that for us. He's still one of the best route runners in the NFL, and I think he can give us for. We got Ladd McConkey, he's also getting better. I think he can have a better year. So that's 2 receivers I trust on this roster. Now, Quinyon Johnston, somewhat, I think he has the talent. He got better. He just needs to stop the drops. That guy, he got to improve on the drops. Trey Harris and Lambert Smith, I hope to see some good things from them. I did see some from Lambert Smith during the preseason. I'm like, okay, during training camp, I did see some videos of him. So I think we got to steal in that. Trey Harris, another big body. So we got some speed. We got some big body receivers that, and plus we did sign a tight end, Tyler Conklin from the Jets. So that'll be a success. But I really do look forward to seeing Armani Hampton, our rookie running back from North Carolina that we drafted in the first round with the 22nd overall pick. 21st, 22nd overall pick. And I look forward to him. If we can run the ball, it's going to be hard, especially without Rashawn Slater on the offensive line. But if we can get a good, solid running game with him, a physical back, he got the breakaway speed. He has 4.4, 4.3 speed. He's physical. He's 6 foot, 220 plus pounds. I look forward to seeing him play, especially taking the pressure off of Justin Herbert. But like I said, I got 12-5. I got us making the playoffs. And, I know some people like Nick Wright or Colin Howard may not have us winning the division or making the playoffs because of Rashawn Slater injury. Injuries in football happen. If it was Justin Herbert that got hurt, then yeah, I'd say our season is done. But I feel like we can manage off of one injury. I know it's offensive lineman, but hey, next man up, next man got to step up. And yeah, but I got my Chargers going 12-5. I would love us to win the division. I'm nervous about week 1. I'm going to be cheering my butt off for us to win, but I just think with that injury week 1, especially new receivers, new players, the Chiefs might get us. They're going to be motivated, especially from that loss to the Eagles in the Super Bowl, getting obliterated. I think it'll be a close game because we always play the Chiefs close. But yeah, now from the schedule, again, we should, especially in the middle of the season, like Dolphins, Colts, Vikings, Titans, Steelers, Jaguars, we should win these games. Now, in the middle of here, I'll say the games I could possibly see us losing that we should win is at Miami, because playing out at Miami in that weather is not that easy. And I'll say Vikings maybe, depending on what J.J. McCarthy does. I'll say Dolphins, Vikings, and maybe the Steelers with that defense. Maybe them 3 right there. If I hope we don't. If we do lose any of those games, maybe only lose one of those 3, and maybe be like 11-6. I'll take that. But yeah, I got my Chargers going 12-5, making the playoffs. Second in the division against the Kansas City Chiefs. I hate to say it, for the 10th straight year in a row. I would hate that, but I keep it real. I think my Chargers are gonna have a good year, but until I see them actually beat Kansas City, they're gonna be on top. I hate to say it, even though I hate Kansas City with a passion. I do, but it is what it is. But I definitely appreciate y'all tuning in for this episode. Again, like I said, I'm gonna be covering my Chargers all season. Talk about wins and losses at every game, heading to each week. But I wanted to do this schedule prediction, give y'all my opinion of what I think my Chargers will do heading to this season that starts next week in Friday in Brazil, but starts first in Thursday with the Cowboys and Eagles. But yes, I appreciate each one of y'all tuning in. If you want to touch down with Cam, please click that subscribe button. Get us to 300. Get me to 300 subscribers almost before the end of the year. I definitely appreciate that. Turn on post notifications to never miss an episode. Follow me on all social medias regarding Cameron Sports Podcast. Like I said, I'm always here each week posting multiple episodes, as many as I can, with high school, college, and NFL football going on. I'm here, so I ain't going nowhere no time soon ever. But yeah, I definitely appreciate one of y'all tuning in. This has been your favorite host, Cameron Lindsay, of your favorite sports podcast. Don't you forget that. And I'll catch y'all next time for another episode. Y'all take care.